Welcome to the show. We are so glad to have you back with us, and I have a wonderful, informative show for you this evening. So I want you to be sure you get something to write down all the information that we're going to provide. I have excellent guests tonight. This is just going to be fantastic. Again, I'm Tom Waters. I'm your host, and I'm going to introduce my guests. My first guest is going to be Diane Wrightman. She's the director of Great Basin College. And the second guest that's sitting next to her is Courtney Rohleder, and she's a college recruiter. I'm going to be talking to both of these young ladies in just a few minutes, and you're going to learn so much about Great Basin College. We have a lot of questions. People ask questions all the time. They'll look at some of the signs around town and get sometimes, I'm going to call it misinformation. So at this time, I'm going to go to Diane and say, Diane, first of all, tell us about yourself, how you happen to be in Pahrump.
Thank you for having me again. I always enjoy doing your show. I've been working for Great Basin College for about 12 and a half years now. And I've been living here for coming up on 6 years. And so I love the community. I love working for Great Basin. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here. The community's been great. It's grown so much, and we see that growth at the college based on the number of new admits that we are receiving and coming to take classes with us. We have a lot of new programs coming. We're one of the fastest growing centers for our college, and we're only going to continue to grow as our community grows.
Now, one of the questions that a lot of people ask, you'll see a sign that says community college. Now, in my mind, when I hear community college, I'm looking at a 2-year institution. Great Basin College is not a community college, so I understand that the signs are misnamed. So tell us more about what you really have at Great Basin College.
You want to take that, Courtney?
Sure. So we have a variety of different degrees. We do offer certificates, which are typically a 1-year program, our associate's degrees, which take 2 years to complete, and we do also offer bachelor's degrees. So those are going to be 4-year programs. We have a Bachelor of Arts in English, our Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences. We also have a nursing program as well. So we do have a variety of programs and their duration, what it would take a student to complete.
You know, I wanted everyone to hear that Great Basin College is a 4-year institution. So it's not a community college. It is in the community. And I guess that's one of the reasons that many people still say that. But I don't want them to confuse it with only a 2-year institution, because you do have bachelor degrees, as you just mentioned, Courtney. So Diane, let's go back and let's talk about your background. You're the director. So what is your background, educational, to say that you're the director for Great Basin College?
So I have my bachelor's degree from Grand Valley State, which is located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I received that in public and nonprofit administration. And then I went on to Southern Illinois, where I received my master's in higher education, and so specifically college student personnel. So I'm doing exactly what I've always wanted to do, and I'm working exactly where I have always wanted to work. So it's very exciting for myself. And I also wanted to point out something that Courtney said earlier, that we are the only college in the community college in the state that does offer those 4-year degrees. And what's unique about Great Basin is that we educate our rural areas. So we're able to help places like Tonopah, Round Mountain, Gaves. We're able to help our outlying sites be able to take some of our classes online or interactively, receive those degrees, so like an education degree, so that way we're able to keep those teachers in those small towns and help sustain those communities. And so I think that's something that's really unique about our college compared to some of our other sister colleges like UNLV and UNR and Nevada State. So
When you mention those things, and I think it's just fantastic to hear that, because we have a lot of people that are probably watching the show this evening and saying, I would like to take a college course. And if they're really interested in furthering their education, that's the way to do it through Great Basin College. And I like the fact that you said something about the fact you graduated from Illinois. As long as we've known each other, I don't remember that.
okay.
The fact that I'm from Chicago, anybody that talk about Illinois, of course, I want to hear it. So, So that's
No
fantastic.
Sawickies.
Now we have our young college recruiter, Courtney. And Courtney, give us some of your background.
So I'm actually a graduate of Pahrump Valley High School. And after I graduated from high school, I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to go to college or what I wanted to do. So that led me to Great Basin College. While I was at Great Basin College, it was a really wonderful opportunity to take a lot of different classes to kind of figure out what I wanted to do and what I liked doing. And I had a wonderful advisor. Diane was my advisor who helped me pick out a program at UNLV where I got my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Information Management. So I've been able to use that degree and bring my experience to Great Basin College and be able to talk to students about what my experience has been at Great Basin College and at UNLV as well.
That makes you an outstanding recruiter because as a college recruiter, having come up in the community, we're talking about Pahrump Valley High School and then Great Basin College and then UNLV, putting it all together. As a college recruiter, you've seen it all. So this is fantastic.
Right.
Now, I know, again, we have people there that they may want to call you and get more information. What's a good number to get in touch with either one of you, the director or the college recruiter?
So if you want some more information about Great Basin College, you can just give us a call at 775-727-2000. Or you can always visit us online at www.gbcnv.edu. And there on our website, you can request more information and it will go to Courtney, and Courtney will give you a call and give you whatever more information you'd like to know about. And we will also help you make an appointment maybe with one of our academic advisors, or if you want a tour of our facility. Sometimes people are surprised what's inside of our building. I mean, we have a full state-of-the-art nursing lab. We have a full machine manufacturing program building, full state-of-the-art CNC machining, mills and lathes. So sometimes people are surprised at what we have inside that little building outside of our local high school here.
Well, we just need them to come over and visit and find out more information.
Yes.
Just the fact that you've mentioned some of the things that are there, we're going to be talking about the actual courses and some of your successes, because you've had so many successes there. But I want you to mention one more time the phone number and the website.
So our phone number for our Pahrump Center is going to be 775-727-2000. And our website is www.gbcnv.edu.
Okay, I hope everybody wrote that down, and you should be getting a lot of contact as soon as this airs. We're recording it to make sure that everybody has a chance. We used to do call-in, but we took too much time, and people weren't getting all the information. This way we can make sure you receive all the information, which is why we just pre-recorded this show to make sure that we get this information out to you. And Great Basin College, a wonderful addition to our community. It's an educational community. It's an educational opportunity for all of you. And these two young ladies, again, with everything they've presented so far, I do want to ask Diana, well, I can ask either one, about the nursing program. I want to talk about that first.
Okay, so we have a nursing program. It's your RN program. It takes about 2 years to complete, 4 years total, because you have a bunch of prereqs that you have to complete before you can actually apply to our program. But right now we have a certified nursing assistant program. It's a CNA program. We have a new grant. It's called a Sandy Grant, and that grant is available to any Nevada resident, and you must fall into a certain category in order to qualify, which the majority of the people who have come to the college looking into that program have qualified for. But what's great about it is that it pays full tuition and full degree. It pays full tuition for the CNA class and then any other additional fees. So like, you know, you have to buy scrubs and books, and you have to make sure you get your vaccinations and everything. So it's a really awesome grant that we have the fortunate ability to offer to our community right now at full price, full covered tuition, which is really unprecedented. And then our nursing program again is state of the art. We just had 100% pass rate from our last group of nursing students this past year. And so it's a very successful program. It's pretty much the #1 program in the state of Nevada. And we do a bunch of our rotations here locally at Desert View Hospital. And then there's a couple rotations that we do in Las Vegas.
I've heard several times about the fact that your nursing program is #1 in the state of Nevada. But when we look at the rest of the nation, I think your program is probably #1 in the rest of the nation as well. Have you looked at that to see exactly where you stand?
I mean, I will say yes, but I don't know. I haven't really looked for sure, but I know that within the last 10 years, I want to say we've had 100% pass rate, probably 8 of those 10 years. So obviously our students are gaining the information that they need to be able to pass that national exam that's required of our nurses, and they've been very successful at it.
So anybody out there that's interested in the nursing program, be sure to contact Great Basin College. You can't enter a better program. We've already stated that in the state of Nevada, and I'm going to just go out on that limb and say no matter where you are in the United States of America, Great Basin College program is one of the best. So again, they've given you the phone number, they've given you the website, and I hope you'll take advantage and contact Diane or Courtney and let them know, look, I'm interested in your program. Tell me more about it. You're going to look at the website and you're going to have some questions. So be sure to write them down, give them a call, let them know that you're interested. This is a fantastic program. We want you to come back and join us on the next session because we've got so much more to tell you. And that is session 1. So much more information for you during this session. Again, I'm here with Diane and Courtney from Great Basin College. Diane is the director, Courtney is the college recruiter, and I'm just going to let them talk and tell you more about what's going on at Great Basin College.
So we're gearing up for the fall semester, so anybody interested in taking classes at Great Basin College, you can go ahead and sign up for classes. They begin on August 29th. So there's plenty of time still to apply for financial aid. It's a free application through the federal government where you can sign up and see if you qualify for a Pell Grant to help cover tuition. And so again, classes start on the 29th. So all you have to do is visit us online or give us a call and we'll be able to help you out and get you set up with classes. What's unique about this year is that we are back going live. So our classes are back live here on campus. Due to COVID, we were kind of in and out of online and live classes, and some of our live classes weren't taking because students weren't ready to come back yet, but we have a bunch of live classes. We're really excited. They're starting to fill up, so I know that students are ready to come back and be on campus with us. So it's very exciting. We also have a great program for our local high school students, and I'm going to let Courtney here talk about it, but basically the Nye County School District has graciously again they're covering the tuition for our high school students here that are taking classes at PVHS or Pathways or any of our other Nye County School District high schools here in the state.
So we do offer a dual credit program, and what this means is that high school students are able to earn college credits while they're still in high school, and those college credits can also count for their high school credits as well. So they could be earning college credits while still in high school, and as Diane was saying, we're super grateful that Nye County School District is able to cover the cost of that tuition for these students. It's a really great opportunity, definitely, and those credits they can transfer with them. So if they wanted to go in-state, out-of-state, wherever they wanted to go, those credits would go along with them. So they would definitely be saving time, saving money, and really working towards their future starting when they're in high school.
Courtney, one question I know a lot of people are going to have. You have some high school students that are almost ready for their associate degree by the time they graduate from high school. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. It's really great opportunity, you know, depending on when you start and how many classes that you take, you could have an Associate of Arts degree or an Associate of Science degree, receiving that at the same time that you're receiving your high school diploma.
That is truly fantastic. And there's so many other programs at Great Basin College. So I'm just going to let you tell the audience about that.
Absolutely. So we are starting 2 new programs here in Pahrump at our Pahrump location. We have a new Bachelor of Science in Diagnostic Medical Imaging with an emphasis in sonography. So students who are interested in sonography can start that program. We have a radiology sonography lab that we are actually building currently at this moment. Right now. And so we're putting in our sonography machines, we're putting in our x-ray machines. So even if you're interested in a radiology degree, you can come and work toward that certification as well. And that usually will roll into a sonography degree. So maybe you want to do radiology first, and then you want to come back and do a program in sonography. That is absolutely available to you. Starting in the spring semester, we'll be doing a MAPE program, MAPE, and what that stands for is Medical Assisting, Phlebotomy, and EKG certification. So students will be able to start that program come spring. So we're very excited for these two new health science programs. We know that health science is growing here in our community, and looking for good people to work in some of our healthcare facilities is sometimes a challenge when you're in a rural area. So we're really excited to be training the next generation of nurses, radiologists, sonographers, medical assisting, phlebotomists that we can here. So it's very exciting for us. We also are starting, we're not starting, but we've had a machine manufacturing program going on for a while now. Right now it's a partnership with the high school, and then anybody else in the community who may be interested. We'll be doing an introduction to machine manufacturing course on Tuesday evenings, starting at 6 o'clock. And so if you are interested in learning how to use a mill or a lathe, or use our CNC machining or giant 3D printing machines, and learning programming with regards to all of that, we have a really awesome facility and an awesome instructor that does that program. So we're very excited about the new programs that we have here on campus and in our communities.
Okay, I know you mentioned it during the last session, but I do have to ask the question about the Sandy grant again and the eligibility and so on. Tell us about that again.
So we have a Sandy grant. It's a workforce. It's geared toward our workforce. It's geared toward being able to complete the program within a couple months, and then being able to enter the workforce is the whole point of the Sandy grant. You must be a Nevada resident, U.S. citizen. You must be either a dislocated worker, underemployed or not employed, a new job seeker. So maybe you have a job right now, but you're wanting to look for something else. You would fall into that category, or a limited English proficient adult. And so we have programs where we cover full tuition for the certified nursing assistant, data analytics, Python developer. Am I missing any?
I think you got them.
EMS.
Oh, EMS,
So
yeah.
if you would like to do an EMS, or if you want to travel up to our Elko campus for a couple of weeks, we do have a CDL program. We also have a welding program up in our Elko campus. And so the Sandy grant will cover full tuition for all of those programs, which those programs are pretty expensive. So being able to have a grant like this is really awesome. And I encourage the community to take advantage of it, because we only have it for another year and a half. So,
when we talk about education and the cost of education, education is very expensive no matter where you go. By going to Great Basin College versus, say, any other institution, you're going to be saving money. And so we're trying to encourage you to save money while getting a good education. And Great Basin College is a great opportunity to make that happen. So that's why these ladies are here today, to give you that opportunity to contact them to find out more about what's going on. And again, they've given you the phone number. They've also given you the website. So write them down, look at the website, call them and ask questions if you have any questions after looking at the website. It is so, so important. Now, for those people that are, English is not their first language, what do you have for them?
So we offer a free course for, we call those courses our ESL courses. It's free English language, and registration for that class will be the week of August 23rd. So on August 23rd and August 25th, there's 2 times when you can come in for registration, either at 9 a.m. or between 9 and 11 a.m. So you can walk in anytime on the 23rd or 25th between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. or 5:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. You can walk in anytime. That's when we do our registration, and then classes will typically take place on Tuesdays and Thursdays, either again at 9 a.m. or 5:30 p.m. And so you can choose which time slot will best fit your schedule.
Now, when you look at the other classes, the other courses that you have, either I'm talking about the 4-year courses or even the 3 or 2-year courses, what days of the week, how many days of the week do you actually have to attend classes?
So we have online options, and we also have live options. Typically, our live classes are going to be twice a week for about an hour and 15 minutes. So you'll have to come to campus twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays for about an hour and 15. We are also offering online with meeting. So basically, you can be at home in bed with your computer on a Zoom, and twice a week you'll still have to meet, but you can meet from your bedroom or from your kitchen or from a beach, wherever you want. But there will still be a set day and time that you would meet with the instructor, or the instructor will be giving a lecture. And then we have your traditional online classes. And so those classes are more fit for those busy individuals who work a lot. And so that way they can get online and do the assignments that are due at their convenience. There'll just be deadlines of when those assignments need to be done, but it's up to the student to, we have students that are online in the middle of the night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, just because of their work schedule. And we have students from all over the world that are taking classes from us. We had students last year from Ghana. I have students on a submarine that are taking classes. So, you'd be surprised how many people like to come to Great Basin and take classes from us.
Oh, this is fantastic. And that's information that I didn't have from around the world.
Yeah.
Coming to Great Basin College. So if you live in, I'm going to say in the Nye or Clark County area, and you're interested in Great Basin College, you have the opportunity. The phone number again, I want you to go ahead and give that, and the website, so nobody has any excuse for not contacting you.
So our phone number is 775-727-2000, and our website, www.gbcnv.edu.
And
Okay.
if you would want any of us to come, and if you own a business or if you have employees that maybe you would like them to learn more about our college, Courtney would be more than happy to come visit your place of employment and talk to your employees about opportunities that we have available for them as well. So I know that we reach out to a bunch of different networks here on this channel. So if anybody would like any more information from us, please give us a call at that number as well.
I think that's fantastic. Courtney, do you have any closing comments?
I would just want everyone to know that there's a lot of educational opportunities out there. There's some people who think that college isn't an option for them, whether it be for financial reasons or when people say, oh, I think I'm too old to go to college or anything like that. There's no limits on going to college. Anyone can go to college, and that's the one thing that really GBC, I think, really wants to push. We started wanting to reach rural Nevadans where maybe, a lot of people might have thought that college wasn't an option for them. But now as we're expanding and we're getting into these communities, we just want everyone to know that college is an option for you, and we're here to help.
That is fantastic. These 2 young ladies that have come in today, I'm just so thankful for Diane and Courtney to come in and tell you all about Great Basin College. Now stay tuned for our next guest. Welcome back to the program. We have a wonderful guest for you. She's from community outreach, and she does an awful lot for our community. Uh, she's involved in quite a few things. If you ever watch our Board of County Commission meetings, she's the person that comes up and tells what's going on in the community. The commissioners love it when she comes up because she says so many positive things about our community. And this is Diane Southworth. Diane, I've known her for quite a while, and again, she's always involved in doing things for our community, making our community better. She considers herself a community volunteer, which she is. She's a concerned citizen, which she is, but she's also a person that gets things done. And that's why she's the facilitator for community outreach. So, Diane, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So glad to have you with us, and I'm going to ask you to tell us something about what you do for community outreach and what is community outreach? Why is it important? What does it do for our community?
I think the most important thing that it does is it gets people involved in the community to make our communities better. We are open to having anyone who wants to help show up and get involved and find out what's going on in the community. We work with church groups. We'll work with any group that is, we've worked with veterans and we've worked with people who are concerned about homelessness. We've worked with any group that is interested in doing that type of thing. It's so important to give people a helping hand up, not necessarily a handout, but a helping hand up, and that's what we want to do.
So if somebody wanted to attend one of your meetings, when do you meet, where do you meet, and what's the time frame if people want to make a schedule for themselves?
Sure. Our next meeting is August the 10th at 11:30 to 1, and it's at the Methodist Church on 372, and it gets very productive, and it's an enjoyable way of meeting other people in the community and finding out what we can do to help the community.
Now, I like to always say you meet on the second Wednesday every month. Second
Yes.
Wednesday every month from 11:30 until 1 p.m. And I think that's a wonderful time to meet. And why do you meet during that time, and what do you do during that time?
Well, what we do is we go over areas of concern for the community. I don't know why we set that particular time for the meeting because it's been like that since before I started going.
Well,
But
let me stop you there. We meet during that time because it's lunchtime. So do you serve lunch?
well, normally we do. However, this next meeting we will not be serving lunch.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but that was the general idea, was to get people together at lunchtime, I gather. But unfortunately, we didn't have anyone who could participate in supplying the lunch this time. So
For those people
bring a snack.
For those people that are watching, one of the things, and we do have a lot of people that come out because of the luncheon, but they do have people sign up in advance to make sure that lunches are available. So if you would like to make sure that community outreach continues as it's been, then come on out and sign up and say, look, my company or my agency or just myself will provide the lunch for the members that are coming. It's a wonderful opportunity, and we're so glad to have Diane as the facilitator. Tell us more, Diane.
Well, we work on 3 different areas. We work on food insecurity, housing, and drug abuse and prevention. So our main concern is making sure that we don't have hungry people in the community. We work with the pantries in town. We work with any other groups that are interested in doing that. They do service Tonopah, Amargosa, so it's not just in Pahrump. Our meetings here are in Pahrump, but there are ways to help everywhere you go. One of the things that the Nye Community Coalition does is if you have extra say you've grown tomatoes and you have so many you couldn't begin to eat them all. They will take them and get them distributed to the food banks, etc., so that people can have fresh vegetables. So that's an important thing that can be done. And you'd be amazed at what we have been able to do. The Nye Community Coalition also got an extra grant to put fruit and vegetables into those baskets that they send out. So that has been a help this summer. So that's one of the things that we try to get done. So there's little ways that you can help. You don't have to be working 24 hours a day, but anything you can do to help is certainly welcome. And we hope to be able to expand everything that we do to make it better for the community.
What are some of the numbers of the people that you have coming to your meetings?
Right now, we've kind of been hit with COVID. We used to have about 20 people or so that came from different churches and different organizations, at VFW, DAV, and that has kind of slowed down because nobody was going anywhere. So we're hoping to get more people involved to get them back into the groove of being helpful. And I think it's very important. I grew up in a household that I have a mother that was very interested in helping people. I think it was probably the school teacher in her, but she did different things to help the communities in my hometown. And I think that's where I got the bug.
Well, we're glad you got the bug because all the things that you do as you volunteer to help in our community. When I think about community outreach, I think it's exactly what it is. It's an outreach, and it reaches out to our community to make sure that everybody has an opportunity, like you said, for food, for housing, and other areas as well. So I'm very proud of what I've seen. I can't make all the meetings, but I make as many as I can. And every time I make the meeting, I see Diane. She facilitates the meeting. She gets it going. She keeps it going. She gives everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves and talk about the things that they're doing in our community. There are a lot of successes. So Diane, can you give us maybe some of the successes of community outreach?
Well, I think one of the biggest projects that we've been working on is housing. We need more low-income housing, and we need housing for the homeless. We have one gentleman who has been working diligently on this, and he has 22 acres that he is willing to donate to set up a place for low-income housing and for the homeless. He's working with another group called POLE, P-O-L-E, and they work with getting veterans into housing and low-income housing. And we have been trying to get engineers to help out. He needs to get a plan that he can present to the community planning commission, the Nye County Planning Commission, so that they can go ahead with some of these plans and get other people involved to help out. So we're hoping that he can also write for some grants to help facilitate and pay for some of these particular programs. But the idea that someone in this town, Frank Esposito is his name, and wants to do this and get a program started where he can not only have housing, but maybe they could have small gardens, and maybe they could start doing some things like getting little businesses going so that they become being able to help themselves and make a better life for the community as well. So I think that is very important. We have also been working on drug abuse prevention. There is so much fentanyl that is going on out there that people are dying from this. And we have courses with the Nye Community Coalition for prevention, and how to get people help, and how to get I can't remember how you pronounce it, the Narcan, to help somebody who is overdosed.
Oh, yes.
And I get those things mixed up. But as I said, it's been a little bit of a lull, but we want to start having action plans of anything we can do in 30 to 60 days, maybe one at 6 months and one for a year, and follow through on them and get them going. And we need help from the community to do that.
When you say you need help from the community, who's invited to come to the community outreach meetings?
Anyone who wants to help. There's no person that cannot help, that thinks they can't. But you'd be surprised at what people can do when they set their minds to it. So if you're interested in helping the community and making a better place for Parumpians to live and people in Nye County to live, then this is the place to do it. And I would hope that more people would show up and get involved, because one person can only do so much, 2 people can do more, and when you get a whole community, you can do a whole lot.
You know, as you state that, I'm thinking about the fact that it's a nice drive from Las Vegas to Pahrump. And we have some people in Clark County that's watching the show right now. And they're saying, look, I'd like to participate. How can I participate? It's a nice drive over the mountain to Pahrump, and to know that we meet on the second Wednesday every month at the Methodist Church. Come on out. Drive over and enjoy the meeting. Get to meet Diane in person and find out more about how you can help, not only in this community, but that spreads the help to the other communities that Diane mentioned earlier. Diane, is anything else you'd like to say as we close this session?
Well, yeah, there's one other thing. Certainly, Clark County, I don't care where you live in the state. If you want to come out, we'll be happy to receive you. Also, Living Free is another program that has worked really well.
Okay, and we'll talk about that in the next session. Come back and join us.
Thank you.
Welcome back to our final session. I say this every time. I always hate for the final session to come, because we're winding everything down. There's so much information that we're providing. Diane Southworth is still here with me, and she's still talking about all the things that community outreach does. So I'm going to turn it back to Diane. Diane, tell us more about what community outreach is doing.
Well, as I said, community outreach is there to help the community become a better place to live. In essence, we want to help the people that need help. We want to give them a hand up. Handouts will feed you for one day, but it won't work if you don't continue to help and get them going. I would like to talk about Living Free, which was one of the things that they came to our meetings and told us about what they were doing, and the idea that we have 3 sober houses in the community that take people. They get them a lot from the drug courts, but they have a house for men, a house for women, and a house for women with small children. And they take these people and they give them housing, but they're responsible, and they make them responsible. They take them to the gym 3 days a week. They have to go and have counseling on time, and they have to get a job. So they're not living free as far as off of the community. They're helping themselves. And they've done a remarkable job, and I think they're talking about expanding. I know they opened a restaurant on Mesquite and 160 that has very healthy food, and if you haven't tried it, certainly stop by. And it's in the strip mall behind the gas station there, and the food is excellent. The prices are good. They have specialty coffee, smoothies, and a lot of wraps, and very healthy food for the community.
I do want to add something that you stated, living free. Now, when it says living free, it doesn't mean it doesn't cost anything. It
Correct.
just means you're living free of drugs and other things that are detrimental to your health. So
Absolutely.
you're living free of those things, but everything else it's part of the community and making the community a better place to live.
Yes, and I would say one of the things we can't do is we work with the Nye Community Coalition. That group of people are fantastic. I've never seen anything like it. They do all kinds of things for the community, and people don't even realize what they do. They have a job readiness program. They have gentle yoga. They have orientation to help people with resumes, with Dress for Success. They also supply a Dress for Success. If you don't have the clothing for a particular job, they have clothing down there that they will give you so that you can go and get a job. They work with us at the community outreach meeting. They have career. They also do a lot for getting people jobs. They have career connections and training services. They have. They call it Youth Works with a WERKS, and these people they give youth help with work experience. They have internships. They have college and technical school financial support, various different training programs, transportation support, pre-employment services, one-on-one coaching, helping people to get their GED and diplomas. And they also have several no-cost services for employers. You can post openings locally and statewide. They'll take your applications. They'll pre-screen. They will even can host a hiring event for you if that's necessary. And some employers actually qualify for on-the-job training and 50% wage reimbursement for those people they take on to do that they're training. So I think that's just remarkable. I didn't even know they had all of these things.
Well, when you think about Nye Communities Coalition, it's a broad organization that
Yes.
do so much for our community. And Diane has mentioned so many of the items here. When you go to their website and you just peruse the website and see all the things that are available, if it's training for a job, they have classes, 1-day classes, 2-day classes on so many different items. But all of these things are listed on their website. And I receive some calls every now and then saying, there's nothing to do in this area. And I'm saying, you haven't looked in the right area. Look at the website for Nye Communities Coalition. You'll find all the things that Diane just talked about. Come to the meeting, the community outreach meeting, and let people know what it is you'd like to do. And then you'll find out that maybe it's already available. So these things are so important. We try to get this word out. If you know of anybody that's thinking, look, I can't get a job, I don't know where to look at Nye Communities Coalition. Look at that website and come on. All you've got to do is just make an effort. It's there and available for you. Diane, being the facilitator for community outreach, being a concerned citizen, she's a person that goes out and said, okay, what's available? What else can we do? And that's the answer you should be receiving. And that's why we have her on tonight. And we're going to ask Diane, is there anything else you'd like to add about what's going on in our community with community outreach?
Well, the other thing too is that if you have clothes that you're not using anymore, they'll take them as a donation to use for that program, which I think is absolutely wonderful. You can contact them at 775-727-9970, or their website is nycc.org.
You can't beat it. You've got the information. Please write it down. Please write it down. contact them. If you have any questions about anything, yes, you can call the number. You can say, look, I saw Diane on TV, and she said that this was available. I'd like to know more about anything that Nye Communities Coalition is doing. It's crucial. It's crucial that we have participation from the community to make everything work for the community. And you're part of the community. Whether you live in Clark County or Nye County, you're part of our community. So we want you involved. Give them a call, find out what's going on, and come out and let them know you heard it from Diane. You don't need to say you heard it from Tom Waters. You heard it from Diane. She's the facilitator. She's the concerned citizen. We're all concerned citizens. But she's a concerned citizen that took it upon herself to find out more and do more for our community. Diane, what else do you have for us?
Please pick up one of their brochures when you go down to their offices. And this gives you all kinds of information in regards to where you can get help for foods, for contact numbers, sober living, mental health. Don't forget the new 866 number for mental health problems.
I'm going to expound on the 866 number.
The 866 number is a nationwide program that was implemented so that if you have a crisis, somebody thinking about committing suicide, or there's another crisis in their household, you can call that number and they will get you help. I think that's one of the things that we need probably most of all, is because sometimes you just need somebody you can talk to and you can get over some of the things that you're dealing with on a daily basis.
So instead of dialing 911, you dial 866.
Correct.
And 866, they'll answer and they'll get you the help you need. This is what it's all about. It's a new number. Many people have not heard about it yet. You can put that in your phone as well and just say, if there's a crisis. And Diane, tell us again what kind of crisis for the 866 number.
It's mental health crisis. So someone thinking about committing suicide, or they're having difficulties, possibly even domestic violence, any kind of thing like that, they could help them with that. And they could give them a place to go. If you're depressed, if you're...
Again, so much information is available, and that's exactly what we're trying to get the information out to everybody. And that's why we have shows like this, and that's why we have guests like Diane to come on and provide that information. I'm sure there's somebody that's watching the program tonight had never heard of the 866 number. I've heard about it. We try to make sure that everyone in our community is aware of it, but we've got to keep on saying it. It took a long time before 911 was actually in the minds of everybody, so that when something happened, an emergency, you dialed 911. Well, if you have a mental health crisis, instead of dialing 911, dial 866, and you'll get the help you need. So Diane, what else do we have that we can tell them before we end our show this evening?
Well, NYCC also has a prevention and wellness program. You can actually go on their website and find out about evaluations for before and after school programs for kids, what your particular school is doing. They have drug disposal places that you can go. They have a diabetes program, car seat inspections. So there's all kinds of things. I can't even begin to give them all, but we do like to work on the drug abuse and so on with that. And I think that's also very important. It's not always easy to live a sober life, but it can be done. It should be done. And I hope everybody will think about this.
Diane, I just want to thank you again for coming on the show this evening and talking about community outreach. This is reaching out to our entire community to explain all the things that are available, not only through community outreach, but that is Nye Communities Coalition. Nye Communities Coalition does so much for our community. And Diane has mentioned so many things, but you need to go to the website. Go to the website at nyecommunitiescoalition.org and just find out exactly what is available, what else can I do? What else can I get for my neighbor, my friends, members of my church, member of this organization that can help? But we want to thank Diane for being here, and we want to thank you, and we'll see you during the next show. Thank you.